This is Tony from Repose, and you're geeking out to Gear Gods.
This is Fluff from Repose, and you were geeking out to Gear Gods.
This is Josh McDowell with Repose. You are geeking out with Gear Gods.
This is Jared from Repose, and you are geeking out to Gear Gods.
This is our first live rigged. Unfortunately, I am. Say hi, you're all on Gear Gods. Yeah. That's what's up.
Dr. Pepper's #1, man.
Dr. Pepper is #1.
Yeah.
I am Josh McDowell, play bass for Repose. We're outside because we just finished up and we got to get out of here, so we kind of did a quick mock-up, I guess. So I am using a Geddy Lee Fender Jazz. Just got this for about a week ago or so. SVT 7 Pro for the head, 610 HLF for the cab. I got going to the tuner, out into the MXR bass compressor, Darkless B7K, and into the Smart Gate. Pretty straightforward. B7K is just running a little bit overdrive and getting the attack that I like. That's about it. PRA wireless, those are awesome. Super simple, super light, great range, great tone. Couldn't be better.
It's a positive grid bias head. These are actually not out yet. I work for this company, so I get to play with these. And I was able to use this the other night in one of our songs. Played a venue that was a little less hectic, and there was not really much of a schedule. So I got to play this on one of the songs that sounded fantastic, especially through this thing. It was unbelievable, just like unbelievably awesome. And I'm pretty excited about that because I'd never been able to use it through an actual cab before. Orange, 212 close back. These are the vintage 30s that come in this one, like every other cab, right? So in the actual road case, we have the Furman M8X2. This is just your typical power conditioner, nothing super special. 2 notes torpedo live load box. So this is for if I want to go direct from the bias head into that, or even direct from my head into that without the need for a cab. If we wanted to minimize our gear rig and go without cabs, we could do that if the venues can support a direct input from the load box. This is pretty cool. Fluff can probably tell you more about this, but you basically can put your own impulse responses inside this thing and get whatever cab you want, take it with you on the road. A lot of Gojira is using them full time. I think Meshuggah, a lot of really cool bands. This is just a drawer. This is where I keep all my goodies when I'm playing, my keys, so I don't lose these. Inevitably, I will lose them. This is my wallet. Clear tone strings. These guys are awesome to us. These are the only things that we use. These are fantastic. These are kind of neat too. Dunlop sent us a bunch of these picks. Just Repose ticks are old techs. They're 1.04, I believe, so they're pretty thick.
Yeah, you're gonna give me one of those.
Oh,
right
take
now.
Oh yeah, take it. You're gonna have one. I got a zillion of them. So nothing really special in here. So then we got down here the orange Dual Dark 100, 100 watts, 2 channels, very very loud. Super high breakup on the upper distortion. It's a very doom metal amp. It's different for what we play. This is not something that I actually would recommend. It's a great head by itself, but for our sound, we want something a little more pure. And this thing is like a ripper for like metal or like something more doomy, but in the mix, it works out really well, which is why we chose to stay with this. We tried out 3 or 4 different heads, and this is the one that we stuck with because it sounded best together. By itself, it definitely wouldn't be my go-to. I'd probably get something a little bit more classic, but with the Rhodes, his head and my head together, it just really, really works in the mix. So that's why we stuck with this, and Orange took really good care of us on these, give us an excellent price we couldn't really pass up. Down here on the board, so we'll start over here, Polytune, TC Electronics, also a really great company. Takes super good care of us. Very basic, it's just a tuner. You should know what that is if you're watching this channel. If you don't, go do some research. Polera reverb pedal by Digitech. I don't get a whole lot of time to use this. I use this on one of the clean parts on Sleep City. And that's basically it. It could really come off the board, and I don't think I'd notice that much. This thing is invaluable. This is my favorite pedal on this whole board. Way huge, super puss. This thing is like as far as analog delays go. This thing is my favorite. It's got a tap tempo. Coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, we're doing something for TV here. Could you be quiet, please? Very important. It's got tap tempo, and if you
doing it live!
Yeah. This one you could actually hold and turn on and off tails, which is really cool. Sometimes I like that effect when I kill it and it still trails off and I can play something underneath it. You can adjust all this speed, depth, gain, tone. You can adjust the feedback level, and I discovered this by accident yesterday, but if you push down on this feedback button, it does like a sequencer type of thing where the delay like stacks itself. It's not something that I would ever use live because it was a complete accident and I couldn't figure out how to get it to stop. So, but it's cool. It's a cool feature. If you can figure out how to do it, get one. Maxon OD808 drive, much like your run-of-the-mill, you know. Yeah, excuse me, Tube Screamer. That's what I wanted to say. That's why you're here. You are the gear god. See, you know what I'm talking about. JP, my second favorite pedal on the whole board, the John Petrucci wah by Dunlop. They sent us these to test out, and I immediately threw him a Zach Wild wah. Not that it's a bad wah, but this thing is just like unbelievable. Has a huge wave and just a great sweeping sound when you play through it. And if you'll see some live footage probably, and you may be able to hear it, but it's amazing. And it's got a blue light that turns on when I'm using it, which is invaluable because half the time I don't know when it's on or off, and I'll be playing and I'm like, why the fuck is it so? Can I swear?
Yes.
Oh, why
please do.
Okay, well, fuck. Why the fuck is it so like, you know, why am I feeding back? And then Fluff will come over and step on my pedal and turn it off. So it's really cool to have lights, and now I can tell, oh, my wah is on.
There you go.
This is just a stomp. One channel to the next. MXR Smart Gate. That is the best noise suppressor I've ever used. Before that, I was using the Boss NS2, and they don't even compare. They're like worlds apart. Highly recommend that. And then I use a PRA audio as well, wireless. Those are fantastic. Bang for your buck. I think they're on sale right now, $2.99. But they're like awesome. Very smart wirelesses, and they know where they need to be, and there's not a whole lot of fidgeting. All you have to do is push the button. There's only one button on, and then there's search. So you push the search button on both the pack and the body, and then it finds the best channel, so it's optimized. We'll get this thing over with real quick too. Balaguer Hyperion. This is Fluff's actual signature guitar. It's kind of cheesy to play the same guitar, but it was free. So plus it plays really well. It's actually an exceptional guitar. I love it. It's got full locking tuners, which is really great for me too, because I can't help but fall out of tune all the time. This actually really helps, but also for stringing guitars, that's the best thing ever. So many of my Gibsons don't have locking tuners, and that is just like, oh, fucking game changer completely. Lumile fret markers, so when the lights go down in the house, these slide up.
And the lights
Go down
in Sleep City.
There you go. Good pull. These are also the Fastback Custom Beardcomber pickups. So these are his signature pickups. This actually has coil tapping too, so you can get that single coil Strat sound if you want to. Just there's not volume knobs, no tone knobs. Never really felt the need for those. They don't do much. And then we use these cool little Dunlop belt clippy things. These are the best. If you guys are looking for like locking straps, there's no other way to go. These are absolutely far and away the best. That's it. Nothing too crazy except for the bias set. That thing's nuts, and I look forward to getting to use that a little bit more. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in to Gear Gods.
Hello everybody, my name is Fluff. I'm from a band called Repose. That's really all I've ever done with my life. You've probably never seen me before, especially viewers of Gear Gods. I just got done playing a show, so forgive my sweatiness. But we're gonna go through my rig real quick. First with the pedal board, this is just a standard Gator pedal board. I don't even know what it's called. I just bought it because it was the right dimensions I like, and it turned out I love it to death. I just let it sit in the bottom case. I use a MIDI mouse to change my channels. My input comes out of the guitar into my WIC wireless from PRA Audio. This is a brand new wireless company, and what I like particularly about these is the fidelity of the signal and the fact that it's rechargeable via USB, and it takes 2.5 hours to charge, and you get 20 playtime hours out of that 2.5 charge hours, which is incredible and has been very handy for being on tour, because we actually don't get a lot of time to sit and recharge everything and change strings as much as we'd like to. From there, it goes into a TC Electronic Sentry noise gate, my favorite by far. It's fast, and I like that you can gate certain frequencies and have the dampen, which is basically a dip, so the gate doesn't close necessarily all the way, which gives you a faster attack when it's opening. Into that, it's just my fun pedal, my way huge Super Puss. I just kind of use this for the end of songs and trailing off and sounding funny in between songs, really. I don't really use it for actual songs. Then from there it goes into my my Dunlop mini wah, which I absolutely love to death. I chose the mini wah because it actually sounds the way I want a wah to sound, not because it's mini. Because I used to have a mini, or I used to have a full wah right here, but yeah, I like the sound of it, and the band really liked it too. From there, for some of the newer songs that aren't out yet, I'm using an Electro Harmonix Nanopog, because the parts written for the record are harmonized, and obviously I can't be 3 or 4 guitar players, so I just use that to thicken up the lead part while Tony's doing the rhythm. And then from there I just go into a TC Electronic Polytune 2 and out to my amp, which is, this says Rhodes, it's now KSR. This is a KSR Gemini. This is a 2-channel, a gazillion mode amplifier. I like it because it has amazing cleans, and the lead channel allowed me to get rid of an overdrive. This has a dual gain feature, which is foot switchable. So I can either go from my crunch sound, which is just this gain, and then I can engage the chug sound, which basically train wrecks the first gain into the second gain, acting as a boost for itself. So it's basically a built-in overdrive into the amp. And it's crunchy, it's huge, and it's super, super tight, and it's just so, so full. And initially I was reluctant to take it out on the road, but once I got the Kent custom case, I was okay with it, because I was really worried about someone just walking away with it with a regular lift-off lid road case style kind of a thing. The only thing I have in the loop that I switch for cleans and for some of the leads is an Electro, or an MXR carbon copy delay in the loop. That's it. That's the entire setup. This Mesa Boogie 212 cabinet has 65-watt Celestion creambacks to kind of counter Tony's sound. Tony's is using that orange, and it's very, very mid-range heavy, and it's very honky, which sounds great in the mix, but it was fighting too many mid-range frequencies when I was running like the rectifier with the Vintage 30, so I chose a different speaker, and kind of that was just the magic combination. And the band doesn't know much about gear, and they just said, that's the sound, just stop there, and so I did. And now let's move on to the guitar. As you guys probably already saw with Tony, this is my signature Hyperion from Balaguer Guitars. It's very sweaty right now because we've played 4 or 5 shows in a row now, and it has my little Tanuki from Mario. It's my good luck charm. This is my newly released signature guitar, as I just mentioned. These are Fastback custom beard combers. These are actually just a custom one-off gold set that I asked for specifically just to see how I liked the look. Tone Pros bridge locking tuners. This is the actual production serial number 1, which is super, super cool. And I have Dunlop strap locks, or excuse me, DiMarzio clip locks, which I have no affiliation with DiMarzio. I just I love the hell out of the straps because I've used them since I was a kid. The first run is out, but probably by the time this airs, we're going to do another run, possibly let the public vote on some colors in August. And yeah, we're gonna get wild. We're gonna get wild with some colors because I want to get wild with some colors too. I did the traditional, now it's time to get crazy. But simple setup, works, and I haven't had a single problem on the road with it. Fluff out.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jared Dines. I play drums for Repose. This is my drum kit. So it's a Truth custom kit with 6-ply birch and 7-ply walnut wood. It has beaver tail lugs, I believe they're called beaver tail lugs, and aged pearl hoops on the kick. The snare drum is a 14x7. The tom is a 12. And then I use a 16-inch floor tom. I have a 14-inch floor tom as well, but I didn't want to use it for this tour because I wasn't used to playing like that, but I'll integrate it later. So then my cymbals, I'm all Zildjian, which Zildjian's amazing. For the hi-hats, they are Constantinople, very, very loud, but they sound great live. Not too good in the studio because they're just so loud. But then I have an 18-inch K custom hybrid crash, this is like my accent crash. It's really bright compared to the A Custom, which is my main crash. It's a little darker, but it's still bright enough to stand out and, you know, be noticed. So I like that one. And then I have the 18-inch Zildjian Oriental Trash China, which I love. Ever since I started watching August Runs Red years ago, I always wanted those cymbals. And then I have a Mega Bell Ride 21-inch, which I love more than anything because it just sounds so good. So those are my cymbals I use. I'm not one to use a lot of cymbals. I like a very simple setup. And then if we come over here, I'll move the hi-hat for you so you can get by. Come over here, I have a Speed Cobra, Tama Speed Cobra 910 double pedal. I just got these right before we left on tour. I used to have the Artist Series Speed Cobras, but they were just really old and they were breaking, so I needed to get new ones. So these are the ones that I got, and I like them a lot. As far as heads go, I'm using Remo, which is what came on the Truth kit, and they actually sound really, really good. I mostly used Evans before this, but I might switch to Remo because I actually really, really enjoy the sound of them, especially on the snare, the power stroke. It's a really good head. Cymbal stands, they're DW, I believe. Got them at Guitar Center. No, they're Tama. You're right. I'm wrong. I'm an idiot. So yeah, they're all Tama stands, except for this guy, which is like a $50 PDP hi-hat stand. And then I use my Vic Firth stick holder right there. And this is the best part of the entire drum set, is on the China, I have a cup holder. This thing is amazing because you can take it off and then you just clamp it right on, and you can have a beer, you can have a water, and you don't gotta break your back when you reach down to get a water. So that is the most important part. And then for my seat, I have a rockin' sock, pretty standard. Pretty standard. It's a little dirty, got some hair on it. But yeah, that's my kit. I'm you know, I'm kind of a simpleton. A few cymbals, and yeah, that's about it, man. Sticks, I have a few different kind that I use. I actually really like the Vic Firth, Danny, well, I don't remember his last name, the drummer Tool. I really like his Danny Carey. His signature sticks are really nice. I use those tonight. I love the grip and the taper on them. I also use Zildjian Super 5As, which are pretty good. And then I use Vic Firth Extreme 5Bs. So I haven't decided really what ones I'm in love with yet, but it's one of those three. So yeah, that's about it, man.
This is Jesse from Black Crown Initiate.
This is Nick from Black Crown Initiate.
Hi, I'm Wes Haug.
This is Andy from Black Crown Initiate, and you are geeking out to Gear Gods.
We're going to talk about our rigs. These are our brand new Rev cabinets from the kind folks at Rev Amps in Winnipeg, Canada. We're pretty stoked about these. These are